What's up, you guys? My name is Tony and Guyandi, and today we're going to talk about judgment. We're going to talk about assumptions. We're going to talk about why the human mind is programmed this way. So I've came up with a theory that the reason that we are so judgmental and so egotistic is because of the caveman times. You know, back then we had to be very judgmental and very over analytical and just kind of really overthink things to make sure we stay alive. We had to be very precise. We had to pay close attention to another creature's appearance. Are they up here? Are they back there? Do they have feathers? Do they have scaly skin? Are they bigger than us? Are they smaller than us? Do they have sharp teeth? Do they have small teeth? Like, those things were very crucial to our survival when it comes to deciding if a creature is predator or prey. Can it help us? Can it feed me? Is it going to eat me? Should I run? You know, and we're very visual and we had to think quick. So we're very quick to look at something and decide right there what it is. Is it dangerous? Is it helpful? Is it food? And so even though we've evolved, we still have those instincts to look at something, completely judge it, and make our decisions right there and draw conclusions right there. The reason that our mind is programmed that way is because it had to be. But we no longer have to survive in that sense. So now that same type of instinctual mental construct is really hindering our relationships and our connections with people, because now we feel like we know everything about someone and we completely judge and overanalyze and overthink, and we fill in the blanks with our own story. Sometimes what we fill in is completely inaccurate. The mind is so fallible and everyone is so complex, and sometimes we forget that other people have just as complex of a life as we have, and they have their own full laid out story and a storyline with complexities and weird things, and it things that it's like if someone who don't know you were to look into your life, they would think a certain way because they don't really understand what this is for, and they would take it completely out of context. We've all been in that situation where we're having a conversation with someone, whether we're texting or talking, and we were like, if someone looked in on this, just this part of the conversation, just this part of what's happening right now, they would think something that is nowhere near what's actually happening. And that's the case for a lot of people, and for everyone. That's the case for everyone. And unfortunately, we live in a world where if you don't have all of the details, then the mind is going to create details on its own. Every story, every situation, and every person has blank spaces. Now that just basically means because you don't know everything. You don't know everything about a person, about a situation, about anything, about a person's life. So that's the blank space, because you don't know what you don't know. There's certain things that you don't know, and you don't even know what you don't know. And because you don't know what you don't know, you assume you know everything, and you base your judgment off of that. We don't know anything about anyone, really. Not the way that we think we do, because all those blank spaces are being filled with our own ideas. And they're usually ideas placed there by what we think that person is like because of who people around us are like, or who we are like. So that's why they say that when people judge you, they're basically judging themselves. It's because people don't really know you, and the mind doesn't like blank spaces. The mind needs closure. So because everyone in everyone's life has blank spaces, the mind will create soon that you know what's going on or what happened, because this person did this because of that. This person is like this because of that. This person looked this way because of that. Your mind will Your mind will try to get closure by filling in those blank spaces, and those blank spaces that it fills in has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with their preconceived idea about the type of human that you are. So if you're black and they have a preconceived idea about black people, that's how they're going to judge, though. That's how they're going to fill in those blank spaces. If you look a certain way and they have a preconceived idea about people who look like you, whether you look like their ex, or whether you're tall or short, or a Virgo, or a Taurus, or a Sagittarius, or whatever, people will judge you based off of what they're used to, not based off of who you are, because they don't know who you are. But the mind wants closure, and it's going to fill in those blanks about who you are based on who they are, who they surround themselves by, what they're used to. And so it's very easy to kind of fall in that loop of judgment when, one, it's already instinctually hardwired in our brains to do so, and two, because people have such complex lives, sometimes it can look just like that. This is what it looks like, so it must be this. Sometimes it ain't that though. Like, there's always more to the story, more to the situation, more to a person that you do not know. It's always a piece of information that you don't know that can completely change your entire mindset, your ideas, your beliefs about a certain situation or person. And unless you actually spend the time to investigate that situation, or spend the time to talk to that person, or understand that person, or get all the facts straight, then you really have no place to judge. And unfortunately, because all the mind wants is closure, that's all the mind cares about is closure, filling in the blanks with its false information. It doesn't really care about getting the actual information. Even if there is real information, the mind doesn't care about that, because its need has been satisfied. Its only need was to get closure, was to fill in those blank spaces. So people don't even care to talk to each other about a situation. People don't even care to get all their facts straight. Okay, so I am going to end this video right here because I feel myself getting all rowdy. I'm going to keep just saying the same thing over and over again. So thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you in my next video. So yeah, bye.